Who does Business Central help? Business Central, although being a finance and ERP solution, it provides real intelligence and real information across all parts of the business. As part of the integrated platform, Business Central also provides different capabilities and information for different types of roles within your business. So, for instance, a business owner can be using Business Central to help them oversee key KPIs and key performance stats of their business. So if they want to look at, for instance, the profitability of their business, if they wanted to see that where the business is performing based upon certain KPIs and targets, or just wants to have a quick check on cash flow, and the business owner can be able to see this information quickly and easily through reports, and also for a very bespoke version of the product known as a role center. And each role center is specific to different types of audiences and shows the information very quickly and easily depending on what your objectives are. So, for instance, if you're an accountant, this can be an internal accountant, this could also be an external accountant. So, for instance, within Business Central, you do have a free external accountant license, which is a portal which enables an external accountant to carry out normal activities such as year-end, trial balances, reports, month-end processes. This isn't an extra charge, this is just part of the standard product. But if you don't have an external accountant, you do accountancy as part of your organization, and of course all of those standard capabilities and functionalities are actually retained within the standard product as well. If you're a bookkeeper and you're providing day-to-day assistance, such as invoicing, purchase invoices, and also managing cash flow, then there's a role center specifically just for that particular role, which provides quick access, live tiles, and also reports to enable people to do their job quickly and effectively using the tools that they're familiar with on a day-to-day basis, such as Excel. Excel is integrated into all aspects of Business Central. So as a bookkeeper, you can take information from Business Central and export it into Excel. You can run reports from Business Central directly into an Excel, and you have dynamically updated information. You can also use Excel to import data into Business Central. It also has the capability where you can cut and paste data from another spreadsheet directly into the Business Central application, literally Control-C and Control-V. And then once you've done that, it will then validate the information and then allow you to save that information directly into Business Central. So these are the sort of tools and capabilities that people are very familiar with and have been familiar with for a long time who are familiar with Excel. We talked about Business Central being more than just a cash management and a standard finance system. It is also an ERP solution as well. So there are role centers for different types of users, such as a project manager. So somebody who's managing a project from a profitability and a progress point of view. So for instance, you can have a project with a work breakdown structure. You can record your expenses and your incomes against a particular project. You can assign tasks, resources against the project. You can also calculate the work in progress of a project and manage the profitability. So you can take a percentage of your expenses, and then you can adjust your P&L based upon a fair and accurate view, depending on the progress you are within that project. So if you incur lots of expenses from an early stage, rather than having all those expenses pushed into the P&L at the beginning, you can take a percentage of that, and then you can then adjust it in your P&L so you have a fair and accurate view based upon the progress as you go through your project. Very typical sort of thing in terms of construction and also professional service projects. There's also a view regarding warehouse management. So being able to create production plans, being able to create stock flow management, stock forecasting, stock control, delivery orders, picking and packing, all the standards of things you'd expect from a warehouse manager or somebody who's involved in a sort of a manufacturing process line. And obviously, from an employee point of view as well, so it does have capabilities around timesheets, expense management, staff payment, staff costs, third-party contractors, all these types of things, as you'd expect, can all be built into the standard product. So Business Central helps different types of industries as well. So there is options around non-for-profit and charity. So being able to have capabilities around donation management, being able to have capabilities around restricted fund management, managing contractors or third parties or volunteers, for instance, has those sort of capabilities. There's also modules around retail. So there's a retail module where it allows you to have a web shop, even has a point of sale system, EPOS, which allows you to work across tablets or PCs or dumb terminals to collect order information or information directly pulled from your website. You can integrate into things like Amazon, into eBay, those sort of capabilities as well. There's also modules around manufacturing as well. So being able to do end-to-end manufacturing of bill of materials, manufacturing of products, manufacturing of services, anything you want really. So it's used across all the different types of manufacturing organizations, from small to quite complex. It also provides capability around project service. So we talked about the project management capability around managing resources, contractors, expenses, incomes, managing service lines, managing different types of timesheets, expense management, has those sort of capabilities as well. In terms of the social sector, it has that sort of capability as well. So provisioning around contractors, around volunteers, around delivering work schedules, and also government as well. So capability around grant management, around budget management, fund management, those sort of capabilities. And again, it goes on and goes on. So lots of capabilities, lots of different industries. And we can also build industry accelerators as well. So if there was something specific to an organization where you felt actually didn't quite meet your requirement, we have the capabilities as well to build a industry vertical solution. So how does Business Central help in terms of simplicity and speed of deployment? So if we look at a typical traditional deployment, where you've got to scope out your hardware, your software, you've got to do your system configuration, the application configuration, the customization, the data integration, testing, all these different areas of a standard project. And all of these generally add risk, cost, and time to any particular project. So what does Business Central do? So if we looked at manufacturing, which is more of a complex ERP solution. Well, first of all, it reduces the project lead time considerably, but how does it do that? So first thing it does, eliminate standard steps such as hardware and software configuration and management, and also scaling requirements. Next thing it does, it basically automates best practices. So we talked about the role centers, so configuring for a business owner versus an accountant versus a bookmaker, project manager. It has all of these standard roles out of the box. So all of the standard configurations, the standard reports you want. I think when we did one of our clients asked us how many reports to come out of the box, and the answer was 197 different reports, which are standard, without any additional configuration. Obviously, each report can be configured and tweaked to business requirements, but it's a really good starting point. Also, we talked about the methodology, so looking for a configure-first implementation. So the product is very configurable. You can change the product, you can customize the product, but actually most of the stuff we do nowadays is through standard configuration, which is supportable and also upgrade-proof. So the involvement for customization is very much less. And when it does come to having a custom solution, they're normally solved by having industry solutions. So they're tried and tested, have already been worked out with lots of clients already, and they are specific to that particular industry's requirements. In terms of data migration, we have a tool, which is a data migration tool, which enables you to take data from any system, generate some files from it, like Excel files, as you'd imagine. It then uses AI to analyze those files and automatically map those files to standard Business Central entities. It then automatically maps the field by field using some artificial intelligence. It then comes up, gives you the ability to map it. So again, one of the key things we try and do with all of our clients is not mapping from A to A, is actually looking what you've got currently and then using our consultants who are all chartered accountants to actually come up with a more of a slicker solution to help you optimize your organization. And then we can then map from the old chart of accounts to the new chart of accounts to give you better capabilities to reporting, to help us set up and implement better dimensions so you've got more reporting capabilities to analyze the key metrics of your organization. So all of these things together massively reduce the lead time, reduce the cost of implementation, but also reduce the timescale and also the risk, which is obviously key in any particular project. So this can all be done within a month. Obviously, it depends on the project, depends on the number of integrations. It can take more or less time, but it can be done within a month's time.